As I stepped on my flight, the flight attendant gave me a strange list of rules. As I stepped onto the plane, the flight attendant greeted me with a cheery smile and took my ticket. She inspected it, nodded approvingly, and then slid a folded sheet of paper into my hand along with the ticket. "Have a safe flight," she said, her voice unnervingly enthusiastic. Confused, I took my seat and unfolded the paper. It was a handwritten note, the letters rushed and messy, as though scribbled in panic. 1. Rules for surviving this flight. 2. Do not show this list to anyone. 3. You are the only human on this flight. Check your phone's time after reading this note. All rules correspond to the time. 5. During the first hour, do not talk to anyone. No matter how much they try to engage you, ignore them. 6. During the second hour, if anyone mentions the window, do not look outside. 7. If a child cries, run to the bathroom immediately. 8. If your screen goes black, look away and don't stare. 9. During the third hour, follow the captain's announcement. 10. During the fourth hour, do not remain in your seat. 11. If you make it past the fourth hour, evade the chaser. You'll know who it is. 12. When the captain announces landing, get to the exit and open the door. Jump into the void without hesitation. I chuckled nervously. Was this a prank? Some over-the-top marketing stunt? But something about the hasty writing unsettled me. Checking my phone, I saw the time, 7:13 a.m. I guessed this was hour 1. Soon after, a man sat beside me. He carried a worn leather bag and settled without a word. Good, I thought. He'd leave me alone. The engines roared as the plane accelerated, and the familiar pull of gravity pinned me to my seat. I wasn't afraid of flying, but my stomach churned with an unease I couldn't shake. A cold tap on my shoulder jolted me. I turned to see the man staring at me with unblinking, two large eyes. His features were off, almost human, but not quite. The uncanny valley personified. "Do you wear headphones?" he asked casually, his voice eerily normal. I froze. The first rule screamed in my mind: do not talk to anyone. Before I could react, he spoke again, his tone calm yet chilling. "How would you feel if I cut off your hand right now?" I gripped the list tightly, my knuckles white. I stared straight ahead, heart pounding, refusing to acknowledge him. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed his laptop. My breath caught. On the screen was a full-screen image of me, my face frozen in some candid moment I didn't recognize. His fingers moved over a bizarre keyboard with symbols I couldn't identify. My pulse raced. This wasn't a prank. A flight attendant suddenly appeared. Her smile was as wide and forced as the man's. "Sir, is this man bothering you?" Before I could respond, I noticed something. Her face was wrong too. Her features were just a little too sharp, her eyes too round. I managed to choke out, "Yes." Every head in the cabin snapped toward me in unison. Every passenger stared, their expressions twisting into wide, unnatural smiles. Red tears began to stream down their faces. I clutched the list tighter. My mind screamed to get out, but I was trapped at 30,000 feet. The man beside me leaned closer, his breath icy against my ear. "You really shouldn't have talked."